Alright, so welcome to my channel. Welcome to JSG Woodworking. Today I'm going to actually work on a project for a challenge. I have joined the Small Workshop YouTube Makers channel. And John Clothier put out a challenge for us to make something for the garden. So I'm kind of taking a spin on that, and I'm making a flower box. My wife wanted a flower box for our front porch, so that's what I'm going to do. I have my well drawn up plans. So basically it's going to be about 9 inches tall, 2 feet long, and about 1 foot wide. Sit over the railing on our front porch. So I'm going to start by ripping a couple. I went and bought some cedar fence posts. And so I got to rip some of them down to 4 inches or 4.5 inches. And then it looks like a couple to 5 1/8. So I'll get those set up, get that set up, and do them on my handy dandy fancy table saw. All right, so to save you the boredom of watching me cut up all the wood, I've got it all cut out now. So now it's going to be joyous sanding. So. Alright, so this has been a very big learning curve for me because, you know, these type of plants don't always go as planned. I've had to make some adjustments, cut some more pieces, cut some pieces smaller. So I'm going to kind of go over a little bit of the assembly. We'll see how far I get before I have to make some more adjustments. So yeah, this is all learning as I go. Alright, so I'm going to turn on my air compressor so I can start tacking this down. I am going to use Type Bond 3 because it is going to be outdoors, so I want the waterproof aspect of it. And it's going to be watered since it is a flower pot. Okay, so yeah. Okay. So, now that my air compressor is full, should have said this at the beginning of the video, I am a novice. I'm learning as I go. How I use my tools isn't necessarily the best of practice, but it's the way that it gets it done for me. You use your tools the way you want to use them, in the safest way that you know how. This is how I know how. Like I said, it may not be the safest, it may not be the smartest, but it's the way I do it. If you have constructive criticism, please leave a comment. You don't have to be rude, you don't have to be a jerk. Be polite. I'm learning. If you know how to do things better, please enlighten me, but be nice about it. So let me get you angled down here so maybe you can kind of see what I'm doing. Yeah, that's not going to help you. Alright, so you can kind of see my assembly. So I'm actually going to move you. That's a little bit better, kind of. There we go. Alrighty. Well, I don't know if that's really much better either, because now you have to deal with the sun coming in behind me. Let's try it over here, see if this helps. Okay, that's better. Okay. So, like I said, this is a learning as I go type of thing. I was looking while this was compressing, while my compressor was filling up, on which side I liked the best. Facing the front, which felt best going down. So this is going to be my gluing surface. I know there's much better ways of spreading glue, but this is what I've got at the moment. So, and when I'm all done with this, I will be giving it one more final sanding before I do any type of real finish work on it. I do wish I had a clamp or something that I could clamp this with, but you know, kind of work with what you got. More just tacking this down to help with gluing. Joys of Harbor Freight, it doesn't always go as well as planned. So there's that portion. So I kind of did a dry fit off camera. That's where I learned about some of my mistakes and my measurements and that type of stuff. Sorry, I probably just blocked your whole view. You know, I'm gluing off camera, but you know how to glue up. And I'm missing on some of these, and I'll come back with some snips. Snip off some of this stuff that I'm missing on. Yep, but I'm dripping glue everywhere. But hey, that's the fun of woodworking, right? So this is I'm going to say the inside. It's going to be hanging against the fence. Or not against the fence, I guess I should say. It's going to be side against the railing. Almost got my finger. With this one where it's at, I'm actually going to yank it. Because I don't want my little girls getting onto it and hurting themselves. Would not be a good day for me. Alright. So actually what I should have done is try milling that in beforehand. See, this is what I mean by a learning curve. I'm a learning too. Because I'm probably not even using enough glue on these joints. I know this one I don't have enough. This one, I'm actually going to get a little clamping. Right after I put on the other side. Well, maybe we'll see if these Harbor Freight ones want to work. All right. And it usually helps to have staples if you want to staple something. So luckily most of this is going to be covered up anyways with dirt. Problem with these thin nails, they kind of go where the grain wants them to go. And because I'm not smart enough to know which way to angle everything to get them to go with the way I want them to go, want to glue this just because I know this is where a lot of the weight is going to be being held by. I want to really make sure that this is a good bond. But I want to move on. So we'll be back in a little bit. Okay, so I've given that a little time to dry. Not perfectly dry, but it's drier. So we're just going to keep on going. See how big of a mess of this project I can make. Alright, so there's the bottom. Kind of. I'm not very happy with part of it. Yeah, that didn't work one bit. Okay, so it's a few weeks, I think, later since I finished it. I did make some changes to it. After talking to my wife, we decided to change it up. You'll have to forgive the dead flowers because, yeah, we forget to water it. So let me get you turned around and show you. So this is what it ended up. I just kept it the single level. So it just fits right over the railing, and I just added some trim pieces up on top to kind of make it look a little bit prettier. They were kind of afterthoughts on some of them, but yeah, so that's what it looks like. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I'm happy with the way it turned out. Learned a lot. I'm sure I could do a lot better. I look at it, and some of these miters and stuff aren't the best. And of course the dead flowers kind of aren't cool. So not the best, but definitely I think not the worst. I'm sure though a 10-year-old could probably do better. But it was my first try, and I'm extremely happy with it. So I'm good with it. Thanks.